afternoon everybody. A bit of a very basic really air pistol review. A bit of a look at really more than a review. Plenty online of course. But I thought I'd try this way. Now I've had to drop the quality so I could zoom in a little bit with the GoPro and still use the microphone of course, which I can't on the Canons. The lighting, especially in the shooting segment, is not brilliant, but bear with me, I've got an idea on that for the future that hopefully won't cost any more money. This is a pistol that's been around for years, over 10 years, and let's have a look in the box. You get a nice box with it. Instruction book of course, which is in all sorts of different languages, and it's got damp, my own fault. 2 magazines, Allen key, and the pistol itself. Now of course none, I pretty much can say that with confidence, none of the CO2 lookalikes are target quality pistols. They're fun pistols, and of course some are better than others, and generally, like most things, you get what you pay for. These Umarex models are quite expensive on the scheme of things, although there are some good ones for a lot less money. Now I've had this over a year, probably 2 years to be honest, and it was just under 170 quid, brand new. The finishes have changed over the years. This is quite a satin, almost matte finish, and it probably looks more so because it's cold. I've not been in the UK, obviously. We can't use handguns anymore, the real ones, so I can't compare this for dimensions with the original, but it's a nice pistol. Like most of them, the single action is okay, better than okay, but the double action is pretty bad, although this is not the worst. Generally I've shot it with single action anyway, take your time, and I still make a mess of it, because I always do. So what have we got then? Well, it's not a blowback. I do like the blowbacks, it gives a little something more to the shooting, even though it doesn't really do anything, does it? It just blows back, it's an imitation, that's all. This is a hefty gun, very weighty, and I do like that. I like a bit of weight, and that goes for my cameras as well. I find it easier to hold them more steady. In shooting terms, that doesn't seem to make much difference. Load your magazines. You've got the gear on the back, if you like, spur gear I suppose. Load your pellets in from the rear, pushing through that way. 8, 2 magazines, 16 of course. Your CO2 goes in the grip, we'll come on to that shortly. It is empty, I've already checked, but to open up to install the magazine, the release catch there, which on the real thing would be the slide lock and retainer I think, but there is the bushing as well at the front, but I'm no expert on that. Plenty of videos out there that are. So yeah, so load your pellets, you drop it in there. Now what I find with this, and this is going to be awkward to do as you've just seen, it's very easy, and I'll do this just for the video. You can see there's nothing in there, there's no CO2, and hopefully you can see there's nothing in there in the breech. I've just looked, you may not be able to see, but I can. I'll do this for your own benefit. It's very easy to grab the pistol like that to close it. Well, okay, you've got 2 safeties on this, so it shouldn't make any difference, but your best safety is in the head, so try and do it without your hand over the front of the muzzle. Do it like that. It is awkward, there's nothing to grip on it really. It's okay, it's just not quite as easy to do. So it'll be load your magazine, grab it over the top, so it will be awkward because I'm trying to show you at the same time as me doing it. So right, there we are, and then snap it. Now sometimes I haven't got that to catch, it just needs a little bit more force there. Well, force, not that bad. So that's loaded, or show you how it's loaded, not really loaded. I'll just open up again, get rid of that magazine. Now to get at the CO2 from empty with none in at all, press this, which would be the magazine release on the real thing. When you press that there, this grip this side pops up, so there you go. Rubbery grip. You may have to back the screw off there, but do that first. Once you've done this for the first time, you'll know where to leave that. Drop your CO2 into there, adjust that so it's probably just touching up to the CO2 capsule, perhaps a little bit more. So, and as soon as it touches it, go just a little bit of a turn more, and then push that. You've got a little bibble there that locates in this hole. And it's not easy because it's still fairly new, I've hardly used it really. You've got these clips here that run inside there and also fit around the CO2 capsule, so it gets a little bit more fiddly when there's one in, but just take your time, and there we are, it's back in. Now safety wise, there's the safety on the side, which is not ambidextrous. Red button is in fire, and that's in safe. But being a 1911, you've got the grip safety as well, which is this. So you have to squeeze that, knock it off safe, it's a bit smoother then. Squeeze that and have that safety off to pull the trigger. You've got double action, and of course single action. Again, single action and double action. Just as an example of the grip safety there, I've got it on fire. You can see the red dot just there. I won't squeeze the grip safety, and I'm going to, it's very awkward to do, but I'll try and squeeze. Look, it disengages the trigger. When I squeeze the grip safety, there you are. I'll put back on safe, and that is about it really. Foresight non-adjustable, rear sight is, and I was doing alright with it, apart from a few errors of rushing really, I suppose. Now as usual I'm only shooting 5 yards, but towards the end it started to pull left, and then the sight fell off at the back. It was just loose. That's what the Allen key's for. But not a bad pistol. Always wanted one. Took me ages to get hold of one for some reason. They never got one in stock fairly locally. This was 170 quid like nearly a couple of years ago, so shop around. If you want a good idea for good prices, check the Blackpool Air Rifles website. They're not the cheapest, not the most expensive. Good place to go to, got a lot of choice. Let's have a look at shooting.